Welcome back to Exploring Whiskeys. I'm Eric.
I'm Kevin. Today we're going to go back to the Balcones Distillery and we're going back to their OG.
The original.
Their original. So they started, technically they were the second distillery to start in Texas,
But the first
to drop a whiskey. And this is what they dropped. This is their Baby Blue. This is a blue corn whiskey. So it's 100%, and I'm going to go with Hopi.
H-O-P-I.
H-O-P-I, Hopi blue corn. And that's all that's in this. All it is corn whiskey. Technically, legally, we'll go with legally, they don't need to age it at all, but they did. And Balcones has played around with that Texas temperature to understand, like they've just played. And I like it. I love the fact that they figured out how to use the Texas temperature changes, and some of them haven't. We haven't had any of those on the show yet, but I'm sure at some point we will. We have. But hey, brand new bottle. Thumbs up for cracking a brand new bottle, right? All right, so this came out in 2009. And I'm going to guess, or we're speculating, I guess is the right way to say it. We're speculating maybe a year.
I say 2 at the tops.
Maybe 2, but they don't actually, it doesn't have the same rules as like straight bourbon and things like that. Like I said, corn whiskey, you don't need to put any age statement on, and you don't need to age it at all. So probably not very long. Oddly, 5-gallon barrels?
Yeah, they it's like
Yeah, really small. That's 2, right? Or 2, that's 2 liters. But still, that's a really small barrel. You're gonna get a lot of wood impact real fast in Texas. So
I wonder who thought that. Was it just they got a good deal?
On small barrels?
Yeah.
Maybe, I'm not sure. I did catch a little bit of history, and I don't know all the history, but one of the co-founders, I want to say it's Scott Pitts or something like that. Was like this, we'll call him a mad genius. That's the words I'll use. He came up with a lot of the beginnings of Balcones, and then at some point lost it and like came in with guns and like just went. I don't know all the details. I'm speculating. But I did hear something about that. So he's gone, but they still make really good whiskey.
But their background was in Scotch.
Yes.
So I wonder if
they went
that's
over
where
and
the
learned
smaller barrels over there.
Yeah, I don't think they use the full 400-gallon barrels that they use over here. I'm not sure.
This smells very sweet and buttery.
Yeah, that's kind of buttered cornbread. Touch of a.
Ooh, that initial like butter, it's like a buttery Chardonnay.
Okay, yes, I could see that. I also think this is our very first corn whiskey. I don't think we've ever done just a normal corn whiskey. We've done like bourbons, which is 51% corn, but not 100% corn. Ooh,
very
all right.
Smooth, fruity. That finish is very fruity.
That is odd. That's really nice. So we're talking 92 proof. So we got a little bit of a proof there. It's pretty solid. It's a decent color to it.
These guys need to open their distribution up. Skips over us, and they got some good stuff.
Yeah, I got this in New Jersey. So, so that is really. What is all that stuff in the middle? The nose didn't change much. The butter, more butter than corn, but very like butter corn.
Vanilla.
Yeah.
Very sweet corn.
But the palate is, there's a little bit of maybe a spice to it, but it's a lot of corn, sweet, really sweet corn. Right? You know what it reminds me? It's funny. I bought it in New Jersey. It reminds me of Jersey corn. That really sweet Jersey corn is kind of what it reminds me of. Never had blue corn to compare that, so I can't do that.
Blue corn tortilla chips.
Yeah, but they're not super, I don't know, they just taste like tortilla chips to me. So I have had those, but really sweet corn.
Every bottle we've had, obviously we've sampled some of it outside the show, It surprises us.
It's different. Like, yeah, the flavor profiles always come off
It's not what you're expecting.
at all. Yeah, totally agree.
We got 2 more.
Yes, that's right.
The rye and the with the Texas pot still bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
trying to think of what
I need a second pour of this one.
There's like a funny sweetness, like right in the middle of the palate. It's almost a candy. And I always go back to the Smarties candy for some reason, because that's what it rings, but it's different. It's something different to that. It's not, I don't know, maybe it's just like a corn syrup candy of some sort. Really nice. There is a baking spice. There's a little vanilla. Mm-hmm. There's a corn. Definitely the corn comes through really strong. Finish doesn't last all that long, and it kind of disappears quickly. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, because it makes me want to go back and drink more, to your point. And it's not like there's not an overpowering burn or an unpleasant finish to it. It does dissipate pretty quick. Probably goes back to the age or lack of. It's my guess. Really different, very much like it. The lineage, really love the lineage. Yeah.
It's got an apricot.
Okay. Okay.
At the end. Like that, the aftertaste. It's almost like an apricot.
Ooh, got a little burn on that one.
I'm warm, but not, I don't get a burn,
It's
but
just
a little warm.
like, I think I did it a little too quick, and it like just straight hit the back of my throat. I don't know. Whatever they're doing, they've won so many awards. They won so many awards in their first like handful of years being open. It's ridiculous. They've done a lot for the scene of Texas whiskey between themselves, and I think the Garrison brothers. They've really done a lot of things to really
Aged at least 12 months.
Okay, so it's at least a year.
At least a year.
So probably a year to 2 years, somewhere's in that range.
I'm going to say closer
But-
to 2.
I mean, it's pulling off some color, but they're really small barrels. This is a really solid whiskey that is totally different than anything I think we've ever tasted.
Now I'm curious, like, obviously we looked at it tonight, the mellow
Corn. Yeah. I had a quick sample of it, but it was super, like, it was warm outside, and it wasn't like it was chilled or room temperature. So it wasn't
I'm guessing that one's just kind of super, like, just that really sweet corn.
Yeah.
There's not going to be that fruit finish.
There's not multiple layers to this. This has a couple different layers going. All I wish is it hung around a little touch longer.
Yeah.
But again, it's kind of a mixed blessing or a mixed reward of it makes me want to drink a little more. So maybe that's a good thing.
It piques my interest even more to go down there.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. I don't know when we're going to fit that trip in, but that is a trip that I really think would be.
You have to bring a suitcase. Since for some reason they don't distribute here.
There's like 4 or 5 distilleries in that like Austin, Waco area that I'd really love to visit, because I just think they're doing really cool things down there. Their craft distillery scene in
You wonder if it's
Texas,
just because it's so blazing hot.
that they can experiment in shorter windows, maybe. Yeah.
And they do get, cold temperatures in the winter.
Yep.
I mean, more northern Texas. I mean, I guess Waco's here, Dallas is here, but no, I think those temperature swings, I think, definitely help. And the whole thought process around the 5 gallon.
How much space could that? I mean, it's a lot of barrels. That's a lot of barrels to produce bottles and bottles and bottles of
Well,
whiskey.
they're probably easier to move around.
True.
So if you're rotating,
Yeah.
those are easy.
Yeah. Hey, 5 gallons of anything is still probably pretty heavy.
My lacrosse bucket's 5 gallons, and that's got like 60 balls, so that's at least 50 pounds.
Yeah.
45,
okay.
50 pounds. So
But it's definitely movable by a person.
a person, yeah.
Well, Balcones, good on you again. Glad I saw it. I ended up buying this, and I bought the pot still bourbon, but I just ended up drinking the pot still bourbon because you already had the pot still bourbon, so which will come.
I can't wait to do the rye on the show.
Yeah, that one was interesting. Weird.
Again, not something you expect.
Totally different than what you would. Yeah. Yep. Totally agree. But good on you, Balcones. That is And that's what they started with. No wonder they won all these awards and got so much notoriety like that. You start with that.
But you got to think, though, if it's something that really only needs to sit for 12, 16 months.
Yeah, you could start selling product, moving it quicker.
You don't have to source it.
No, yeah. Not if you're only doing it for a year.
So kudos to them for figuring this out.
Yeah, that's really solid whiskey. Amazing.
Start distributing here.
Yeah, more.
Here.
Yeah, bring more bottles here because they have
here in general. I've never seen it here. I don't even know if they distribute here.
Well, I don't know the answer to that.
I don't think they do.
Okay. Well, I got the lineage in New Jersey as well.
And I got my 2 bottles in Georgia.
Huh. Why don't you like Tennessee? Come on, Balcones, hook us up. We like whiskey. I promise. It'll get sold real quick.
By the 2 of us and all of our friends.
Yeah. I know a lot of people that would drink on that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Our wives aren't even bourbon drinkers, and they
might sip on that.
They might sip on this.
Yeah. It's got a nice profile to it.
Did not disappoint at all.
That is another winner for Balcones. The lineage was pretty tops, and this is now my new favorite corn whiskey.
Your first?
I can say that, can't I? Yeah. Well, it's my second, but yeah, it's totally. This is
the mellow
really
corn is much lighter.
Oh yeah. They're probably, my guess, maybe they're aging that for a few months, if that. So, and it's not ridiculously expensive, $45 for a 92 proof whiskey. All right, you can't go against the age statement because they don't need to age.
They don't need to age it.
But just for the experiment and the flavor profile, totally worth $45.
Yep, absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, well, gotta keep a lookout as we travel.
Yep.
Can't get it here. Your thoughts on this? What's your thoughts on the rest of the lineup? They've got a number of bottles out there.
They do.
A number.
Yep.
If you live in the Nashville area, you know if there's a store that's got it.
Yeah, if somebody's making some trades somehow,
drop us a message because we'd love to
get
our hands on some more.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you joining. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button at the bottom of the screen.
While you're down there, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you get notified every time we put out a new episode. Yeah, definitely agree. If you know a honey hole someplace in the Nashville area, let us know because we really want to explore more into the Balcones line. Or maybe we just have to figure out when to book that trip. So one or the other, we'll figure it out.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.
See you next episode.
Cheers.
Cheers.